We went to this city when we were in Israel, and it was a perfect illustration. We were walking from street to street, town to town, and one thing we noticed is when we went to the ruins of the city that would have been around Jesus' time, they had a little room, and then they had another room, and another room, and another room. We don't understand this in Western culture because we always want to be free. We want to be away from everybody. Pretty much 80% of the world isn't like that. When you got married, the idea that you would go off, I'm going to find a piece of land and I'm going to start that doesn't happen. You work with the inheritance of where you're at. Picture this. You're getting married and your son would build an addition to your house. And when the addition is done, you can bring your wife and live with mom and dad forever in this house. Some of you are texting your engagement right now. I'm not sure we want to walk through with this. We're going to do this biblically. They would add on to their house, and that's where you lived. How many are excited about this opportunity? I was in Egypt talking to a missionary, and I'm like, how do you deal with living here? And she said, the Eastern world, you don't understand the Eastern world. She said, I will go to a movie, be the first one there, and sit in the middle all by myself, because how many know we need room? Right? That's why we kept moving west. We need room. And she said, the second person will come into the movie, and guess where they'll sit? Right next to me, because how dare you be alone? I realize nobody wants to be lonely. I will sit next to you. There could be 100 seats and 2 of you. Boom. Are you kidding me? She said, that is something to get used to. That we want to do that. Talking in Japan, when the early missionaries went to Japan, they were talking about what it means to be a believer and go to heaven. Well, being a believer means that you believe that Jesus came and you live your life for him. And then when you die, you leave your family and friends and have to go to a place called heaven. Because the most important thing for heaven for them is what? The culture of people I live in. And when I die, it's going to be really lonely. I got to leave everybody. So we're walking through this place and all these houses are there. And he said, did you notice that the houses are crammed? Because how many know you have a house, but you can only put so many additions on, and there's no more room for additions? So you're the 5th born son, because in that age, everybody had 76 kids. You're the 5th born son. There's 4 additions to this house, and the 5th one isn't there. What happens to the 5th son? He has to leave the family and go somewhere and start new. He has to leave. And so when we're there, he said, now put this in perspective that Jesus is walking. Let's just say he was walking through that city, and they know of this guy that's getting married. And he's getting married, and he's a little nervous because he has to leave his family because there's no more room for him. And then Jesus says this, don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. There is more than enough room in my Father's house. I'm never going to run out of expansions. Oh, guys, you can add on and add on and add on. There won't be a day when you are kicked aside. There's more enough room. If this were not so, I would have told you. And I'm going to prepare a place for you. And when everything is ready, I will come and get you. So look at this. You will always be with me where I am going. He doesn't say, I'm going to prepare a place, and it's going to be mansions, and it's going to be streets of gold, and it's going to be birds and colors like you've never seen. Now, people, I believe all of that's happening, but what's the key point? When I come get you, you're going to be with me forever. You're going to be with me forever.